You will love his wit and smile when he shares his charm with you. He's got a style that can't be denied on Lee Pitt's Live. Come on and listen. You will enjoy and learn if you're wise. There's talking and singing. Everything is there to keep you swinging. We're glad you turned in to Lee Pitt's Live.
Dick Ripp, he's no stranger to Southwest Florida. He's been involved in politics for some years here. Now he's putting his hand, or his hand in the hat, or his hat in the ring, or however they say it back there from the old school, into the Lee County Commission. And we're delighted to have him here as he's a candidate for District 2. Let's toast to your first time on the show, Dick Ripp.
All right, thank you.
I've seen you around. First time I met you, you were at the NAACP banquet.
Yep.
Hobnobbing, shaking hands. You look pretty comfortable there with a bunch of African Americans. Is there something in your background that makes you comfortable with all walks of life for people?
Yes, I've always had a really good record with minority issues. In fact, I was recognized by the NAACP back in the 90s. My company, my former company, Dick's Drywall, used to employ, at one time a majority of our employees were minorities. So I've been a champion for minority rights, not for special treatment, but we treated people all the same.
Treat everybody equal.
Right.
Right. That's good. That's good for you to bring that to your political platform, being able to interact and sensitive to all people and able to see people on equal footing. What do you think that does for you as a politician in terms of your ability to relate to people from all age groups, ethnic groups, and the like income statuses?
Well, I think a big thing is a lot of times I've been a voice for people that don't have a voice. I'm far more interested in doing the right thing than getting connected to the power brokers and the special interests. My whole life, my background's in psychology. When I was in school, I was a champion for ESE areas for children and people of all ages and situations that don't have a voice and need help. They need a hand up, not necessarily always a hand out.
I'm not going to ask you your age, but are you old enough to be retired now?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite.
So why would you take on such a monumental task of all of this work as being a county commissioner? What is it about you that makes you want to continue to serve the public?
Well, number one, there's a need. I think the incumbent has been labeled an ineffective rebel, and I believe that's accurate. You know, his campaign theme is thinking differently, and I believe we need to act differently. I've been an effective leader and a team player my whole life, both in the public sector and the private sector, and we need somebody that's actually going to work with others and get things done.
Okay. When you look at Lee County government and a lot of the issues that are going to be on your plate when you become a commissioner, you cannot, if you become a commissioner, you cannot get things done or changed without getting a majority vote. What in your background has prepared you to win friends, influence people, build consensus, and get things done?
Well, I've got pretty much a lifelong history of being an effective team player all the way back. I was in student government 3 out of 4 years in high school. Every team, every group, I've been in music all my life, in sports. Every team I've been a part of, or group or business, has always been better as a result of my service. Not because of the ego part, but because that's my nature, is to learn the issues. I don't get involved in the interpersonal things. Being a complete introvert, I'm not really a politician, don't profess to be and never hope to be. My specialty is learning the issues and working with other people.
As you move around on the campaign stomp now, here we are a day before early voting starts, and you're hearing people talking about the unemployment here in Lee County. You're hearing people talk about real estate values and how they plummeted. You're hearing people talk about the opportunities for small businesses to get going without a lot of red tape. Let's take those one at a time. We hear the complaints all the time about small businesses in Lee County government. It takes them, businesses in general, have to go through a whole lot of red tape to just get up and running. And we know that small businesses is one of the major job creators in society. What's your thoughts around the process of getting a small business up and running in Lee County?
Well, you said it exactly right. What we need to do is remove all the barriers that we can that either make it hard or they slow down the process of starting in business or make it hard to continue in business. we spend a lot of money bringing businesses from out of town in, and number one, we don't do a lot to help our local businesses. Sometimes all they need is a small loan to get from to the next payroll, the next draw cycle. So we could do more for our own local businesses and small employers.
How about job creation?
Job creation, the same thing. Number one, we create jobs by saving jobs. So we've got to do everything we can in our power to keep our existing businesses in business, and especially small businesses 4 and under, which employ the majority of our residents.
Do you think government should bear the responsibility of creating jobs?
I think one of the things I've heard I think would be very effective is to have a microloan process, not necessarily administered by government. Government doesn't do it better than private industry, but we're putting out money there. We've got a fund of $25 million to attract companies from outside, which is good, but we need to do more for our local businesses, and we could put up the money and guarantee that and let lenders administer the program.
Do you think that the real estate issue here throughout the country, but certainly here in Southwest Florida, the values have plummeted over the years and it's affecting the tax revenue? Do you think that there's anything government can do now to stimulate the value increasing in real estate, getting back to its old value system?
Well, one of the biggest things we can do, I mean, there's a silver lining with values being low. There's an old saying, it's all equal but in opposite directions, because one of the problems we had was competing with other areas for our retirees. So now that the costs are low, it's actually it's a silver lining in a way. So what we need to do is keep taxes low to attract our share of baby boomers and to help out our seniors who are on fixed incomes, but their costs, especially for health care, are going up. So that's one thing, and we need to rein in spending. We're spending far more than we're taking in, and we cannot continue at that pace.
What is it about Lee County government that you see is wrong, and what would you do to fix it?
Well, one of the problems is a lot of the influences from special interests. The decisions are made only from people that come to meetings. There's been lately the issue of single-member districts came up, and now there's a majority with John Manning being appointed that's going to be a dead issue for a while, and I would say the commissioners need to get out around the county and listen and learn what residents want, not just the people that come to the meetings or that just contribute to campaigns. We should be going around the county like I have for the last year and listening. You
mentioned single-member district. Do you think that's good or bad for Lee County?
I think it's a decision the citizens should make, and they should let the citizens make that decision.
Why should I vote for you for Lee County Commissioner?
Number one, because I believe I'm the clear choice. I have far more qualifications and experience than all of my opponents combined. I've been an effective leader my entire life. My whole adult life is almost perfect preparation for this job. I've been in business for 36 years. I've employed hundreds of Lee Countyans. I've started and grown several businesses, so I know how to create jobs. I've been in elected office for 9 years, including on the Lee County School Board from 90 to 94. And just as importantly, I've spent the last year of my own time, my own money, learning the job, going around the county, attending meetings, learning the issues, so that I'm not going to need on-the-job training on day one, and I haven't failed mine.
Very well. Well, Dick, it's been a pleasure having you here on the show.
Great.
And we wish you well in your campaign.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Stay right there. As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like Ripp and all the people who are part of his campaign for Lee County Commission.